Self-love is very, very important. Part of my research study was looking at like how media portrayals of Black love influence
Mhm.
our social identity. One of the things that I basically found in my study was this idea that the the more that we feel connected with ourselves, the more
Mhm.
that we feel pride in our own Black identity, the more
Right.
that essentially creates this protective buffer
Mhm.
that makes it so when we're looking at these like negative portrayals, it doesn't
Right.
phase us in the same way. I think
Right.
that self-love essentially is the root of healthy relationships
Mhm.
because the more that you can work on yourself, the more
Mhm.
that you understand what you need, the more that you understand what works for you and what doesn't and what your boundaries are, it
Mhm.
equips you with the tools to be able to navigate relationships in a way where you're not going to settle, you're not going to take put up with more of what you don't
Mhm.
deserve. So I think at the core of
Mhm.
being in relationships, it's understanding what it looks like to love yourself.
Right.
However, I also want to add on though
Mhm.
that when it comes to self-love, I think this assumption of like, oh, you just love yourself, that
Mhm.
people learn love. Like love is a learned behavior. So
Right.
just as much as it's important for you to love yourself, it's also very
Mhm.
important to put yourself in a position where you're
Mhm.
surrounded by love. Because a lot of
Exactly.
ways in which you think or you are taught love is how you
Mhm.
love yourself. So if you're
Mhm.
not put in positions to actually be in healthy spaces of love, it makes
Mhm.
sense why people are unable to love themselves.